All right.
The mute's off. just takes time. Wears you down over. Good evening. Coming to you live from the St. Michael Albertville Arena, St. Michael, or actually Albertville, Minnesota, tonight for some Junior Gold B scrimmage action. It'll be the Farmington Tigers versus the Knights from St. Michael Albertville. We'll start with the home team, the STMA Knights. St. Michael currently comes in ranked in the state of Minnesota, number 3 overall with an overall record of 19-1-2. They play out of the red division, currently sit in second place, 15 games played, record of 12-1-2, 36 points earned. Your Tigers, after 2 wins, have now climbed up to 19th in the state of Minnesota with an overall record of 9-8-3. Tigers sit in the gold division, currently in 8th position, having played 17 games. St. Michael will be the home team. They'll be wearing their white sweaters, white socks, trimmed out in yellow and blue, while the Tigers will be in their away uniforms, black tops, black socks, trimmed out in orange. Tigers winners of their last 2, both coming against Apple Valley, Eastview, Burnsville. Tigers a bit short-handed tonight. We're going to see how they do against one of the top teams in the state. Tigers with 10 skaters tonight. Hour drive northwest for them through the midday traffic. See how much energy they can bring to STMA. Looks like we'll have number 33, Eli Holmes, in net for this scrimmage. STMA comes out with a small army. Line so long, it might take us a couple minutes just to get through the introductory handshake. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll get this one started. Tigers and Knights coming to you live from Albertville, Minnesota, here on this cold Tuesday night. A little bit of a change of pace for the Tigers as well, coming up into a different district. They actually use 4 referees. So you'll have 2 linesmen and 2 head refs, so 2 individuals calling penalties as the game goes on. Holmes going to his net, number 33, Eli Holmes in net here. Tigers getting their final instructions from at right wing, number 11, Clayton West, and at left wing, Bjorkstrand's brother, number 16, Connor Anderson. Back defensively will be number 24, Mason Letter, and number 23, Colin Lehmeyer. We drop the puck, and here we go. STMA is going to control early, drop it into their offensive zone, picked up there by Letter. Letter eludes one man, now drives it up north, comes back to STMA, into the slot, into the right circle, no shot on net. Now a miss by STMA, a little bit sloppy puck handling there early. Anderson takes a swipe at it, now from the point, comes right back down to the right circle. Still unable to control it. Now Letter trying to get it back up to Anderson, finds Anderson. Anderson's going to move it through neutral ice. Tigers going into their offensive zone for the first time. Knocked that one behind the Knights goalie. Picked around, now gets by West. Goes all the way into the corner. Tough angle there for the camera. Now it's going to be Lehmeyer jumping into the play once again. He was all over the offensive zone in his last two meetings against Eastview. Goes back to Letter. Letter waiting, comes up to Kiefer. Kiefer on the ice for the first time, comes up to Anderson. Now Anderson looking forward, comes all the way over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer corrals that one in, knocks one in deep. Kiefer's going to chase it down. Kiefer's then also going to be joined by his other two line mates. That's going to be Peterson and Manthei. Now Peterson takes one away from from the Knight defenseman, takes a shot, first shot on goal coming for the Tigers, saved by the Knights goalie by Peterson. Peterson with the shot. 13:45 here to play in period number one. We are scoreless. On the ice at center, number 5, Jack Peterson. At right wing, number 9, Luke Manthei. And at left wing, number 21, Jake Kiefer. Back defensively, there's going to be number 6, Owen Stensland. And number 14, Carson Blair. This one's going to come all the way out to the defensive point. Stensland unable to hold the offensive zone. Now here comes STMA through, gets through one, takes a shot, save! And they kept it out of the net. Nice shot by Blair. Had his man's back. Holmes made the initial save, bounced behind his back, and the Tigers were able to swipe it away. Now it's going to come over to Blair. Blair picks that one free, gets up to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to drive one free, misses it, but it hits off the wall and goes into neutral ice all the way into the Tigers' offensive zone. Here comes STMA. They keep it in the Tigers' offensive zone. Now chase through. Peterson's going to be the first one on puck. Now giving off over to Kiefer. Kiefer chases the defenseman as he knocks it into neutral ice. Knocked down by Manthei. Now moved over by the Knights forward group, and they're going to get a change. Chased around by Blair. Blair's going to move it up to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to get a quick pass off. Missed on the pass, but then was able to get it back, luckily. Tigers will get their change, and they got two lines coming out. You're going to get the first line coming right back. It's going to be West, Anderson, and Bjorkstrand. Back defensively are Lehmeyer and Letter. Letter with good defensive position is able to knock that one free. Now Letter wants to jump into the play. That one just got by Letter. Now going to be chased over by West and Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand picks it up in neutral ice, gives off to Anderson. Anderson throws one up into the bench area of the Knights just to let him know he's there. We're going to get a neutral zone face-off coming up just outside the Knights bench area. 12:24 here to play in period number one. Scoreless game. Actually, we're going to get a center ice face-off. Bjorkstrand to take the face-off. West and Anderson flanking him on both sides. Back defensively will be Letter and Lehmeyer. 12:24 here to play in period one. This one's going to come back to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer quickly back over to Letter. Now up to Anderson. Just outside of Anderson's reach. Goes back to the defensive position of the Knights. Now back over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand backs one up. Goes into the offensive zone. Now all the way up. It's going to be chased by Bjorkstrand. Gives it by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to quickly hit it over to West. That pass misses. Picked up by the Knights. Here they come. Right back into their offensive zone. Looking for some passing lanes. Good job by Letter and Lehmeyer. Now there goes Letter. Letter with the puck. Finding some open ice. Going to have, he just floats it out to Bjorkstrand. All alone, takes a shot and goes wide right. It's been plaguing the Tigers a little bit this year. They've had a couple of breakaways the last few games. Just haven't been able to take advantage of them. Here goes West. West now trying to jump into the play. Picked up by STMA. They go north to south. Comes right through the point. They try to move one through. Comes over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand picks that one up. He moves it now the other way. Goes into the Tigers' offensive zone. Bjorkstrand makes one toe drag. Now back. Tries to backhand one in and hit off of West's skate. Picked up by STMA. They're going to come the other direction. Tigers are going to get a change. Now he's going to get a shot. That one's going to go wide of Holmes. Kiefer now on. Kiefer tries to take a slap at it. That one stayed on into the defensive zone for the Tigers, picked up by Blair. Blair moves one up to Manthai. Now over to Kiefer. Kiefer just knocks one forward. Now Kiefer's going to move it in the offensive zone. Goes by one, goes by two, trying to move it all the way through. Coming over to Manthai. Manthai tried to wrangle one in, then got that one knocked away. Tries to move it back defensively. High in the air, the puck goes behind the net. Now swung around, going to come all the way over to Blair. Blair stops it there. That one almost got intercepted by STMA. Missed on that one, comes out to neutral ice. Now picked up by Stenslin. Stenslin trying to get up to Peterson. Gets it up to Peterson, moving up to Manthai. Quickly goes over to neutral ice and now into the defensive zone of the Tigers, picked up by Stenslin. Stenslin going over to Kiefer. Kiefer wrangles that one in, comes up to Manthai. Goes underneath Manthai's feet, and we're going to get icing. Coming all the way back for a defensive zone faceoff for the Tigers. 10:27 now here to go in period number one. This faceoff coming up to the left circle. This will be to the right of Holmes. Peterson tries to move it up. Now moving up to Manthai. Manthai moving up. Now they got 3-on-1. Kiefer, Peterson, Manthai all the way over to Kiefer. Tries to take a shot and missed. Just missed on the beautiful pass over there by number 9. Manthai just dropped it into Kiefer, just missed on it. Now they walk it all the way in. Take one shot at it, good save by Holmes. Letter flips one high, trying to find the alley-oop, and the Tigers are going to get a change. Peterson's the last one man standing, comes over to Lehmeyer, gets by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer's got to chase all this one all the way back. Goes into the corner. Now still pulled over by STMA. Lehmeyer still chasing. Comes all the way in, now hits his man, picked up by Letter. Letter's going to knock one around, trying to get over to West. Finds West. West is going to go the other way with it. No, drops one back. Still can't find it out to Anderson, looking for the breakout. Picked up by STMA in the left circle. Comes all the way over. Now to the right circle. Tipped in front, but saved by Holmes. 9:34 left here to play in period number one. Scoreless game. Stensland and Blair will be back out defensively. West, Bjorkstrand, Anderson out at the forwards. Now this one's going to come over to Blair. Blair going to backhand this one over to Stensland. Stensland stops the rolling puck, tries to get up to Bjorkstrand. He finds Bjorkstrand, but Bjorkstrand loses an edge. Now flips it out over to Blair. Blair knocks one forward, trying to hit over to Anderson. Still stays with Anderson. Anderson has Blair. Now they try to feed it, coming all the way back over to West. West is going to come back to Stensland. We'll set this thing back up. Stensland waits, holds, heads up, looking for his passing lane. Now comes all the way through, trying to hit over to Anderson. Anderson's able to knock it away briefly. Now chased over by West. West tries to make a play on it, slowed it down briefly, then centering play. Good job by Stensland to stop it. Stays in the right circle. Now STMA blocked by Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand on his horse. Bjorkstrand's going to be the first one there. Settles it down. Bjorkstrand works it all the way through. 1-2, he takes at it. 2 big shots on the night goalie. Both save, but nice job by number 13. 8:47 now to play here in period number one. Tigers out shooting the Knights here early in the first period, 3-1. Tigers will get a change. It's going to be Peterson, Manthai, Kiefer, along with Letter and Lehmeyer. They're going to bring this one all the way out to neutral ice. I think they're going to say that number 13, Bjorkstrand knocked the net off the post, and here we go. Manthai now trying to give off to Lehmeyer, picked up by STMA. Back goes, oh, nice pass over there, STMA trying to make one through. Kicked free, now kicked up to Manthai. Manthai tries to look for the handle, goes into the corner, another centering pass comes over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer now comes over to Manthai. Manthai has to chase that one down, hits off of his stick. Manthai's still on it, comes out to the defensive point, now out to the point. Good job there by Letter, now chased by Kiefer. They're going to knock this one in free. Lehmeyer's going to have to chase it around. Knocks one up, can't get it free. Stays right there. STMA controlling the zone here for the last couple of minutes. Now picked up by Peterson. Peterson's going to work this one all the way around, get over to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to move it up. That one gets intercepted by STMA. Kiefer unable to make a play there. Now comes through. Saved by Holmes. 8:01 to play now in period number one. Scoreless game. Wrong on the shots on goal. They only have the Tigers with one shot. They definitely have more shots than that. But they do have STMA with 5, so Tigers getting outshot 5-1 on the board. Now it's going to be swung all the way around. Kiefer's going to be the first one there off of his skate. He now comes up to Manthai. Manthai tries to settle that pass down. Now comes all the way through. Manthai still chasing. Oh, he's unable to take it away. Just stayed right there. Now it's going to be picked up. Kiefer's going to chase. Manthai's going to chase. Give it right back over to Kiefer. Keeper tries to swing around, taken by STMA. No, Keeper still on it. Keeper goes into the corner, still moving his feet, comes all the way out to Letter lets one fly. That one goes wide in front. Oh, and the Tigers couldn't capitalize. Peterson was there on the back end, had the puck drive right to him, just couldn't make it capitalize there at the very end. Now it's gonna be Letter chasing over STMA. Letter just pushes this man off the puck. Can he get it out to neutral ice? Pushes that one to neutral ice. Gonna be chased by West. West knocks one forward. West running after it. Corrals one in. Skates around, waiting, holding. Comes all the way over to Bjorkstrand. And that one couldn't get tipped in either. Now it's coming out to neutral ice. This one will be picked up by Blair. Blair settles that one down, coming all the way forward to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand knocks it free, goes right back into their offensive zone. F1 will be number 16. That's going to be Anderson. Now swung around. First one there is going to be Bjorkstrand. Gets by Bjorkstrand, but not by Blair. Knocked down free, but now right back out to neutral ice. Back and forth the play goes. Stensland comes all the way now up to West with a little fancy pass over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand working it through the middle again. He's going to get paid off at some point here. Now coming up, Stensland has to pull it back into neutral ice. We should get it. No offsides. Everybody was onside. It's Stensland now going into the offensive zone. Goes behind the net. Over to Bjorkstrand with a shot glove down and smothered up there by the Knight goalie. 6:23 now to play here in period number 1. We got a scoreless game. On the shots on goal, currently the big board has STMA 5, Tigers 3. No score. 6:23 here to left to play in period number 1. Coming all the way out to Stensland. Stensland trying to get one all the way through to Kiefer, and that one hit off of a skate and comes right back to STMA. Here they go. Tigers got to get back on the back check. Moving through their offensive zone. STMA picking up some speed, trying to find a centering pass. Tigers, good job defensively getting back. Comes all the way up to Blair. Blair's going to move this one up to Kiefer. Kiefer tried knocking down with a skate, got by him. Now at the point, they try to knock one forward, and nothing there. Picked up by Manthai. Manthai tries to move one up, and Peterson with a good play. Now Peterson trying to get 2-on-2 and got that one taken away. Comes all the way back to Stensland. He settles that one down. Stensland over to Blair. Blair trying to go up to Manthai. Missed on both men, but goes all the way into their offensive zone. Keeper there to chase. Keeper hits his man. Call coming to left-hand circle. Tigers got to watch the centering play. Good job by Blair. Gets it on his stick. Picked up by Manthai. Now forward to Stensland. We should get a icing call. We'll bring this one down because I'm a great camera operator, and that's what I do. 5:30 left here to go in period number 1. Scoreless game. Tigers will bring back out Bjorkstrand, West, and Anderson along with Lehmeyer and Letter. This one's going to come out to Letter, or Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer flings it all the way around. It's still going down. Will it slow? It's going through snow all the way through, and now we get the whistle. We'll bring it all the way back. Nice idea by 23. Just a little bit too much English on that one. Face-off coming into the left circle. This will be to the right of Holmes. Bjorkstrand takes another face-off, comes back right back over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer shovels one over, trying to hit over to Letter. Comes into the corner, picked up by STMA. Centering play comes over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer is going to try to get that one through. He's going to go the other way now. He's going to have West over on this side, does feed it over to West. West going to give it off to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand picking up speed, coming up the right. Now centering play. Comes all the way through, knocks it off a man's leg. Letter's jumping into the play. Letter takes the hit, going into the wall. Knocked free by West, picked up by Lehmeyer. Tigers get back on sides. And they rejoin. It's going to be Anderson first. Anderson squeezes through that hit. Now it's going to be given off to West. West tries to find a handle on it. Now moving under 4:40 to play here in period number 1. No score. Fast-moving game here. There's hardly been any whistles, just a few icing calls. No penalties to speak of as of yet. STMA now moves it into their offensive zone. Here they go to work again. Goes into the corner, centering play. They're just looking for that centering play every time. Tigers have had good defense out front. Now coming all the way through off of one stick and now hitting deep. It's going to be Bjorkstrand and Manthai along with Kiefer. Now STMA with room, moves through neutral ice, hits off a Kiefer's skate, picked up by STMA. Great job there by Stensland. Blair tried to jump the play, just had missed. Oh, now they're going to get Kiefer on a trip. And they got to get this puck back. We got a delayed penalty. This will be on a Kiefer trip. See if the Tigers can get back possession. Now STMA looking to set things up. Peterson, STMA, still working through. Now it comes all the way through. They're just going to keep dropping it back. It looks like a 3-on-3 overtime in NHL hockey. They're trying to get it set up, and here they come. Now Kiefer tries to jump the play, and that should do it. And that's going to bring the whistle. We have our first penalty of the game. That's going to come up against number 21, Kiefer. I'll take credit for that one. I did call out there. No penalties have been called until just then after I called it. 3:23 left to go. We got 2 minutes on the big board for the trip on 21. Here go the Tigers. First penalty kill opportunity. Comes right out to the point. STMA looking for their shot. It's going to be Peterson and Manthey along with Stensland and Blair. Now they knock it free. They go back behind the net. Looking for a centering play. Nothing there. Come right back out to the defensive point. Now they go right to the defensive point. Now they try to knock one in right underneath of Holmes. Right through. Now takes a shot. Oh, try to slide one in. Trying to look for the backdoor pass there. Manthey chases at the defensive point. Great job by Manthey. Oh, he couldn't drag it in. Oh, Manthey had a chance to clear the puck. Now STMA trying to go to work. Try to backhand one free. That one couldn't find the back. That one went wide. Now Stensland hits his man. Stensland chases after it. Stensland gets it out to Peterson. Tries to get back to Stensland. And there's... Oh, he still couldn't clear. Tigers with 2 opportunities to clear. Couldn't get it done. Now comes right through the point. Takes a shot. Great block there by number 6, Stensland. Moving in under a minute to go. Tigers got to get it clear. It comes right back to the point. STMA looking for their passing angle. There it is. There's the offsides, and the Tigers will get a change. Great job by number 5, Peterson, finally to get one into neutral ice, and that will bring it on offsides. They'll bring a change for the Tigers. Bjorkstrand, Anderson, Letter, and Lehmeyer. 58 seconds remain in the keeper penalty. 2:20 left here to go in period number 1. This one's going to sit now back to the defense for STMA. They do control. Now they're going to walk it into their offensive zone and set up shop one more time. Now left defensive point. They go low on the left-hand side. Now behind Holmes, go right back into the left circle, right back out to the defensive point. Now picked up by Bjorkstrand. Let's see what he does. Bjorkstrand trying to move it up to Anderson. Yeah, they're going to jump this play. They got 2-on-1. Anderson with a shot save. Now they got to get back. Comes all the way out to Blair. Now Lehmeyer with a shot, and that one's saved as well. 24 seconds remain in the keeper penalty. Here comes STMA. They're going to try to get another charge going here. See if they can get a power play goal. Now they're going to move it all the way forward. Got to watch the centering play. That's the one they like. Here it is. There it is. And Tigers are able to knock it away again. 9 seconds remain in the penalty kill. Come out to the defensive point to see if you're going to let this one rip. Comes right down to the left circle. Moving it through. Good job. Oh, right there it was. And they finally were able to connect. It was only a matter of time. They were trying to set up that play all of the first period. They do get a power play goal. STMA goes up 1-0. Peterson, Manthey, Kiefer, Letter, and Lehmeyer will remain out on the ice. Shots on goal favoring STMA 6-5. On the scoreboard, STMA also with the winning on the big board 1-0. Now this one's going to come out to Letter. Letter comes up to Kiefer. Kiefer waits for it, holds. Now he's going to float one in, and it's going to be Manthey chasing after it. Gets by Manthey, see if he comes out to Lehmeyer. Does it, gets stuck right there, and let's see if we get another one on Kiefer. No, could have been another one on Kiefer. Looked like another tripping potentially. Comes up over to Letter. Letter knocks one free, trying to move one in. Now 55 seconds remain. Comes back out to Peterson, out to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to jump into the play, hold the puck in. Peterson doing a great job, having a really good first period. Kiefer trying to get it out to Letter. Moves it up to Peterson. Yes, now all the way out. It's Lehmeyer jumping into the play. Lehmeyer tries to find it. Oh, has Manthey. Manthey tries to corral one through, pass it out to Peterson, and that one just wide. 31 seconds now remain here in the first period. Tigers, only with 10 skaters, have showed a really good job here in this first period, holding down the number 3 ranked team in the state to only 1. Coming through neutral ice. Now they float one up. That one knocked a blocker save there by Holmes. Picked up, goes right into Manthai's gut, comes right back. Tigers turn it over, but comes right over to Manthai. 6 seconds remain. Trying to move it up. Hits up the letter. Now up to Peterson. Here goes Peterson. Trying to find one more shot, and that's going to do it. Period ends. Tigers down 1-0 on the power play goal by the Knights. We'll see how long the Tigers can keep this legs. That was good effort, good energy by them here in the first period. Shots on goal tied at 6 apiece.
Hockey is a tad bit later.
25 seconds remaining here in the first intermission. Tigers down 1-0. Holmes with a very good first period. STMA trying to put the charge on. STMA using the full offensive zone. Tigers also had many opportunities. See if they can get one to capitalize. Hard for the Tigers to set up shop. Is I think they are, of course, not playing with their normal lines, but also definitely playing with some tired legs, having to go every other shift. But here we go anyways. Tigers coming into the second period down 1-0. They're going to put 23 minutes on the clock. Now they go to 15 minutes on the clock. 15 minutes on the clock. It's going to be Bjorkstrand, West, Anderson, Stensland, and Blair. This one's going to be pulled by West. West tried to pull it back in, just lost that one. Now chased down by Blair. Blair goes right in front of Holmes. Over to Stensland. Stensland's going to move it up to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand knocks that one down and knocked away by STMA. STMA moves it right back into their offensive zone. Waiting, holding, got knocked away there by West. Now chased by Stensland. Tigers, Bjorkstrand then tried to move it, goes behind Holmes. Now it's going to be chased down by Blair. Blair's going to move this one all the way up to Anderson, just gets by Anderson, goes out back out to the defensive point for STMA. Now they try to work it through, knocked away by Bjorkstrand, try to move it up to West, and that one just got just wide. Now STMA goes right back in, right circle, moving all the way through. Holmes out front. No shot by STMA, gets all the way out to neutral ice. All the way down, we should get a whistle call, and that's going to be icing. Tigers will get a change. First change of the second period coming here for the Tigers at 14:12 here to play. Peterson, Manthai, Kiefer, Letter, Lehmeyer. Peterson to take the face-off. This one's going to go over to Letter. Letter waits. Now knocks one in deep. Going to chase it over to Peterson. Now gives off to Manthai. Out to Lehmeyer. Now over to Peterson. Peterson takes a shot. Now one goes off the side of the net. Made the net rattle. That was nice. Now Kiefer holding. Wait, no, it found. Oh, Manthai out front. Just missed on the pass. Now it's going to be Letter tries to move one through. Then Letter hits, misses an edge. Now it's going to be Lehmeyer chasing it down. Good job by Lehmeyer to get back. Then Lehmeyer knocks one free. Great job by number 23. Tigers back defensively. Now right out into the left circle goes STMA. Come out to the defensive point. Keeper tries to make a block. They try to redirect out front. That one gets behind Holmes. STMA working it down into the corner. Met there by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to knock one free. Now giving off to Kiefer. Kiefer's got to get back out to the defensive point. He's able to knock that one. Can Kiefer go? Kiefer trying to get the Jets going. Kiefer moves it through, uses a body, then gets it knocked away. Kiefer then tries to center a play, and that one gets knocked away. Comes all the way out to neutral ice. Here comes STMA. Lehmeyer back. Now gets through one. A good job by Lehmeyer. Another good defensive play. Moving it all the way up. He's going to try to hit over to Kiefer. Kiefer knocks one stick down, moves one stick up, stays with STMA. They move it right back into their offensive zone. Now comes into the corner. There's Peterson, chased by Laymeyer. Try to take a quick shot. That one goes wide. Now dropped right back down by STMA. Goes behind Holmes. Chased around by Letter and Kiefer. And Letter puts a body in his man. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson's going to move this one up to Kiefer. Kiefer slows the slowing puck. Hits off of a stick. Now it's going to be, Tigers are going to get a change. Here comes West. Here comes Blair. Here comes Stensland. Bjorkstrand and Anderson. Tigers get a full change, and Bjorkstrand's going to chase that one through neutral ice. Now give off to Blair. Blair holds his man up. Now they try to center a play. Comes right out to the left circle. They take a shot. Save! Holmes! 12-11 here to play in period number 1. First shot on net here for the second period goes to STMA. Saved by Holmes. Defensive zone face-off coming up to the left of Holmes. This will be in the right circle. West will take the face-off. This one comes out to the point, defensive point for STMA. They go D to D. Now moving over, tries to take a shot. That one goes wide through the crease. Picked up by STMA, hit there by Anderson. Anderson tried to steal one. Now it is going to be Bjorkstrand. He tried to move that one up to West. That's going to be an icing call. We'll bring that one all the way back. Under 12 here to play in period number 2. It's 1-0 STMA. Bjorkstrand, West, Anderson, Blair, and Stensland. This one comes out right through the snow. Defenseman from STMA pulls it back in the left circle. Now knocked away by West. They knock another one free, and that finally gets out to neutral ice. STMA's got to regroup. They come right back through neutral ice, pick it up, hit one high off the plexiglass. That's just showing a little bit of skill there, trying to go high. That's for more for the fans than it is for anything else. Now it's going to be Blair, wrestles with his man behind the net. Picked up by STMA, comes through the right circle, centering pass, knocked away once, kept with STMA. They take a shot, that one goes wide. Here they're looking for it again, you can see it. They hit the second one, now that one goes wide. Oh, they're trying to pickpocket here for the Tigers. And another shot. Oh, but that one's saved by Holmes. Holmes flashing the leather. 11:15 here to go in period number 2. Tigers get a little bit of a breakdown there, centering in front of Holmes. STMA kind of letting their passing lanes be what they want. Had a couple of opportunities, missed on all. Holmes able to finally put one away. It's going to be Peterson to take the face-off. This one comes back to Letter. Letter's going to try to fish it over to Manthei. Manthei wrestles with man there in corner. Comes out to STMA. Here they come through. They take a shot. That one goes wide. Kiefer there. Now they try to back channel one. That one goes right to Peterson. Peterson moves up the zone. Gets by Letter. And got kind of caught in Letter's stick. Letter skates there. Now Manthei tries to move his man off. Keeper's able to hit one away. Now 2 away. And Tigers just can't find it. And there it is, Manthei. Now Manthei chases over. Quickly comes up over to Letter. Letter knocks one free over to Peterson. Hit over to Kiefer. Now to Manthei. Over to Kiefer. Kiefer moving it through the zone. Trying to find opportunity. Hits it off a stick. Over to Peterson. Oh, he tried the slow roller. He tried the change up through the zone. And that one was saved by STMA. Now moved up, it's going to be Laymeyer. He likes to take a big whack with that stick, goes right back into the offensive zone. Here come Manthei and Peterson. Chased by Manthei. Gives one man a push. Now it comes over to Kiefer. Now up through neutral ice. All the way into the Tigers' defensive zone. Going to be chased there by Laymeyer. Moving under 10 to go. Laymeyer tries to fish one over to Manthei. Now back over to Laymeyer. Laymeyer right back over to Manthei. Manthei finds that one. Now moves it up to Peterson. Peterson moves it up over to Letter. Letter's going to jump into the offensive zone. He takes a shot. Puck comes up high. No Tiger there. I think you're starting to see the Tigers' legs are starting to give out a little bit on them. We'll see how long they can keep this up. Coming through neutral ice. Bjorkstrand now on the ice. Comes over to Laymeyer. Also on our Anderson and West. Now coming back over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand coming up all the way to West. West lets it go through his legs. Now it's going to be chased by Laymeyer. Goes into the corner, tries to slap one away. Gets it up to Bjorkstrand, over to Laymeyer, back over to Laymeyer. Laymeyer is going to knock one free, come over to Anderson. Moving in under 9:20 to go. And now it's Anderson comes away with it, moving north to south. Anderson trying to get by the defense. Gives one away, then it's lost by Bjorkstrand. But Bjorkstrand gets it back. Bjorkstrand moves through neutral ice. Bjorkstrand looking for a shot. Right circle, just got it knocked away at the last moment. Coming on now, Bjorkstrand looking, trying to get a pass down low. Misses on that pass, and here comes STMA. STMA working through the zone, trying to get by Letter. Saved by Holmes. Letter's still on the ice. Now he'll give way to Blair. It'll be Blair and Stensland out defensively. We're going to keep Anderson, Bjorkstrand, and West out there at the forwards. 8:53 here to play. It's 1-0 STMA. STMA also leading shots on goal by 1, 9-8. Comes out to the defensive point. STMA goes D to D, then they knock it in deep. It's going to be chased there by Stensland. Stensland holds, waits, trying to move out a pass. Couldn't get it out to West. Picked up by STMA. STMA tries to center a play. Now comes out to Blair. Blair moving it north to south, trying to find some room. Gets hit there, gets taken away by the defense. Now moved right back in. STMA goes right back into their offensive zone. Trying to drop one back. It's going to be picked up by Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand trying to move one up to Letter. Letter was hoping maybe we get a quick, easy basket hang. Now a quick centering pass. Tigers got to get back. Here it comes in front of Holmes. Oh, Tigers got lucky. There was an open passing lane there right in front of Holmes. Moving in under 8 minutes to go. Comes out to the defensive point. They go D to D. Oh, and there was Anderson. Had a shot for the interception and just couldn't make it happen. Comes back over to Letter. Letter just flips one high. And we'll get an icing call. We'll bring that one right back to the defensive zone. 7:57 now left here to go in period number 1. Tigers trying to will their way here through the second period. Trying to get momentum back on their side. Peterson to take the face off. He'll be with Manthei and Kiefer, along with Lehmeyer and Letter. This one's going to come out to Peterson. Oh, Letter just kind of ran by it. Now it comes out to the defensive point. Kiefer chases. Now a pass over. They try to go D to D. Chased over now by Peterson. Goes deep now over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer moves one through over to Manthei. Manthei tries to get it back over to Lehmeyer. Now it goes under Lehmeyer's feet. Now it comes back up to Manthei. Manthei tried to move it up to Letter. Comes all the way down. We're going to get an icing called. .734 here to play in period 1. Get another defensive zone face-off. This will come up to the right of Holmes. This will be in the left circle. They're going to bring this one out to, I don't think it was an icing call. That's why they're bringing it back out to center ice. Tigers are the fortunate ones of this one. Now it's going to come out to center ice, comes out to Letter. Letter's going to move this one through the zone, comes into the Tigers offensive zone. Now picked up, it's going to go right back into the STMA offensive zone. Here they go deep into the corner. Chased there by Lehmeyer. Now Letter, now they try a centering pass. It got by one. Now keeper's got to chase it out to the defensive point. One man goes through. Now he's trying to move it all the way back out, and it comes through. Manthei is going to race down. There should be no icing call. No icing as STMA tried to make the pass, and it got all the way through. Now they just throw one up high. Here we go. Comes down to Letter. Letter lets it bounce over his stick, and now tries to move it back through. They can't. And that was always the danger there. Now keeper's going to move his man into the boards. STMA, now it's going to be Peterson up to Kiefer. Kiefer under his stick. Just can't complete that pass, and I think typically these are going to be passes that you see the Tigers complete. It's just going to be tired legs at this point. Now they move it all the way through. Oh, great save by Holmes! And we have a net off, so that will get the Tigers a change. Great job by Holmes with another quality save as STMA moved it through the defense. Right circle face-off. This will come to the left of Holmes. We're going to bring this one out to neutral ice. That was knocked off by an STMA player. 6:38 to play. 1-0 STMA. Now STMA moves right back through the zone. They've held most of the zone time here for the first half of the second period. Tigers unable to complete the breakout. Comes the STMA. They try to take a shot. That one blocked by Bjorkstrand. Now they move it all the way through. Goes behind Holmes. Tigers just not dropping deep. I'd say the defense, though, has been extremely active. All four defensemen having an excellent game. Now we get ripped down. Tigers are going to go on a power play. We got a delayed penalty. Stensland does the right thing. Comes all the way back. Want to be careful. Remember, Tigers have already scored a goal on themselves on a delayed penalty earlier this season. That was in Duluth. Here come the Tigers, delayed penalty. Tigers will be on the power play. Now they enter in. It comes out to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand makes it by 1, by 3. Man, just by too many. And kind of gave up on that delayed penalty, trying to stick handle through people when you had the numbers. Tigers will go on their first power play. 5:51 here to play in period number 2. Tigers down 1-0. It'll be 2 minutes in the penalty box. Number 14 with a trip. Tigers will keep Bjorkstrand, Anderson, West. They're going to move Letter up to the right wing, move Anderson back defensively along with Stensland. This one's going to come up to the right of the STMA goalie. They try to move that one around. It's going to be Letter there first, tries to jump his man, comes back with the puck, now tries to move it through, and Tigers are all jumping high. They were all going high like they had to get back defensively. Now West tries to chase it, and here comes STMA right through the zone, chased by Anderson, tries to move his man off, stays with STMA. Now they center a play, stays right there, backhand one forward, kept by Stensland. Stensland knocks one forward up to Letter. Letter knocks that one forward, but goes right back to STMA. They clear it. No high stick, everything's good. It comes back out to Anderson. Anderson quickly up, now to Letter. Letter floats one forward to Bjorkstrand. Can the Tigers get it set up? Here comes Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand to West and just missed on the pass. Comes out to Anderson. Anderson with it. Tigers can set this thing up. And he sets it right through. Over to Letter. Takes a shot and just missed everything. That was an icy he left out on his stick. And it comes back over to Stensland. Stensland over to Letter. Letter tries to move it into West. They just don't want to move it around the perimeter to save their life. Anderson has his defenseman there. Goes over to Stensland. Stensland's going to go over to Letter. Letter's going to get another shot at it. He takes a shot. Great job by the Tigers. They were right there in front. Bjorkstrand tried the redirect, but saved by STMA. Tigers will get a change. 49 seconds remain in the Tiger power play. 4:39 remain here in period number 2. Tigers find themselves down 1-0. Peterson, Manthey, Kiefer, Letter, Stensland. This one's going to come out to STMA. Nice job there by Stensland. Stensland knocks one forward, comes up over to Manthey, now to Kiefer. Kiefer with it. Kiefer holding it. Now drops it back over to Manthey. Manthey tries to move one forward. Still has it. Now Manthey tried to center a pass and gave it over to STMA. STMA moves it back forward. It's going to be Letter in front of them. Now Stensland. Let's see if they try one. Oh, nice job. Stensland, great defensively. See if Kiefer can carry this one in. So they come up all the way over to Manthey. Puts one on his stick. Manthey holds, waits. Still waiting. Manthey goes behind the net. Let's see if they can set this thing up. Comes back down to Peterson. Peterson holding. Stensland's got to get back out to his position. Now he's going to try to come over to... They're just trying. Their passes are just way too difficult. They're on the power play. Now Stensland's got to get back. Stensland, good body, gives it off to Letter. 1 second remaining in the power play. That'll do it for the Tiger power play. Kiefer comes back in. Kiefer comes over to Manthey. Manthey tries to wrestle that one through. Manthey comes back over to Kiefer. Kiefer, he knew he was taking the body right into the corner. Kiefer tries to fish it out, does fish it out. Gives it off to Manthey. Manthey looking for space. He's got Letter. Letter out at the defensive point. Letter right back over to Manthey. Comes now into Kiefer. Kiefer tries to wrestle that one away. Comes over to STMA. All the way up to Peterson. Good legs there by Peterson. Kiefer now over there as well. Knocks one back forward over to Manthey. 3:20 left. Now Manthey. Manthey moving it through. Stays on his feet. Gives off to Peterson, and then they just get submerged into the traffic jam, and STMA comes away. STMA with numbers, 3-on-2. They got to come all the way back, check up. Tigers have a chance here defensively. Now moved away. It's going to be Bjorkstrand on. Bjorkstrand takes it away. Oh, then Bjorkstrand loses it. Now Letter tries to get one through. That one just knocked free. Then blocked by Letter. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Letter again tries to get one free. Letter's just been on for way too long, and he's been on for 2 power plays plus another minute. Now trying to move it up over to West is Bjorkstrand. Letter's still not able to get off the ice, still going to remain out there. We got Anderson, Letter, now Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer pokes one away. It's going to be Anderson with it. Anderson corrals one in. He loses an edge, but he gets it through neutral ice. Letter trying to pick up some speed, get through the zone. It's going to be now Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand unable to hold the zone. And here comes STMA. They go north to south. And no call for offsides. It looks like they might have been. It comes up to the defensive point. Shot in front, and there's the goal. Another goal by STMA. 2:10 here to play in period number 2. .210 to play here in period number 2. Tigers down 2-0, being outshot 12-9. Tigers just got dragged down there. You could tell trying to go through that power play. Just took too much out of them. They weren't able to get the change on and then let up the rebound goal in front of Holmes. Now dragged down is West. No call. I don't see a hand up. STMA going right back to work. They got numbers if they want them. They try a centering pass. Good job by Blair. Gets that one out over to Bjorkstrand and out to neutral ice. Tigers up to Anderson. Anderson trying to move through. He gets knocked down. STMA quickly tries to move it right back through the zone. Blair's going to jump the play. Picked up by STMA. Moves it right back into their zone. Picked up by Stensland. Moving in under 1:30 to go. Now out to neutral ice. Chased by STMA. Now it's going to come over to Stensland into the corner. Stensland with it. He gets hit by STMA. They take it away. Right in front. Now they try to centering pass. Comes out to Anderson over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand moves one up. He gets wrestled down. No hand up. And still taking a body into the boards. Here comes STMA. Hit there by Stensland. Good job. Picked up by Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand's got his brother. He comes all the way through. Shot save. Shot by Bjorkstrand. Saved by the Knights goalie. 1:01 here to go in period number 2. Tigers will get a change. It's going to be Peterson, Manthey, Kiefer, Letter, and Lehmeyer. Now this one's going to come out to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer settles that one down, takes a shot in front. Good job by Peterson. Peterson almost had the redirect. Comes all the way over to Manthey. Manthey waits, holds. Manthey's going to get around his man, comes out to Letter. Letter's going to come. He's going to take the shot in front of Kiefer. Kiefer almost had the redirect. Swung his stick down. It made it through the opening. Saved by STMA. 48 seconds here to go. Tigers only losing shots on goal 12-11. At this point, being down 2-0, 10 skaters, still being close on shots on goal. I think the Tigers are going to be continuing to take this momentum, even though it doesn't look good on the scoreboard. Effort has been great here for the Tigers tonight. This one's going to move it all the way down. Should be an icing call. I'd say this has been a positive 2 periods here for the Tigers, even though finding themselves down 2-0. Nothing about moral victories, but the effort is good here for the Tigers tonight. Peterson to take the face-off. He'll have Kiefer to his left and Manthey to his right. This one goes into the corner, chased by all the Tigers. Now it's going to have to be chased over by Kiefer. Coming through, knocked down, kept in. Oh, got behind Letter. Picked up now STMA. Trying to find another one here, under 30 seconds to play. STMA drives one through. Kept in, Kiefer with it. Kiefer holds, waits, tries to move it up to Manthey. He's going to free up Manthey. Manthey comes down. And coming all the way through, tries to make one man through as he tries to toe drag, picked up by Peterson. Right back over to Manthey. Manthey swings one into the corner. He's going to drive it all the way over. Kept in by Kiefer. Shot by Manthey. Almost redirected there by the defenseman for STMA. STMA now looking for the breakout. That'll do it here for the second period. Fairly clean period. Only 2 penalties on each side. One by the Tigers, one by STMA. STMA finds themselves up 2-0. Shots on goal favoring STMA 12-11. We'll be back in 15 minutes to close this one out. Zamboni's off. Now we're just waiting for the two teams to come back out. 2 minutes still remain here in the third intermission. Tigers down 2-0 as we get ready to start the third. Tigers with 11 shots on goal through 2 periods. STMA with 12. As I said before, Tigers will be back in division action tomorrow night. A big one for the Tigers. That will start at 8:45 p.m. We got the West Coast time slot tomorrow. Tigers against Cottage Grove. That'll be in Burnsville. STMA just came out on the ice now, just waiting for the Tigers. They might still be waking up from their power nap here in the second intermission. Here come the Tigers. Holmes will lead them out onto the ice. Holmes saving 10 of his 12 shots that he faced. The STMA goal, he's saving all 11 of the shots that he faced. Third of the Tigers team, now they slowly start making their way out. And here comes the final Tiger. It's going to be Lehmeyer making his way out on the ice. See, the Tigers got sore for us here in the third period. They're down 2-0. Again, this is a scrimmage against STMA. It's been a clean game so far. Tigers have had one power play opportunity, unsuccessful on that one. Tigers have had one penalty kill opportunity, also unsuccessful on that one. That was right at the end of the penalty kill, STMA scoring the power play goal. 15 minutes on the clock. We're ready to get this one started. Get through the next 15 minutes, make the hour drive south. Get back to school tomorrow, get ready to play Cottage Grove on Wednesday. Tigers will be heading to Duluth this weekend. They'll be in another tournament. This will be their second tournament appearance. They're actually going to go 2 weekends in a row. They'll go to Duluth this weekend, and then Super Bowl weekend, head up to Evelyn, Minnesota for the Rock Ridge tournament. Tigers will start the third as they started the game. They're going to have number 13, Charlie Bjorkstrand at center, at right wing, number 11, Clayton West at left wing, number 16, Connor Anderson. Back defensively will be number 6, Owen Stensland, and number 14, Carson Blair. Here comes Anderson, and now they're going to get an offsides. Anderson lets one unload right away. That one went wide, but it was offsides before. Bjorkstrand to take the face off. This will be neutral ice. Now West checking the gear. Gets the mitts on. Picks the twig up. And we're ready to get started. This one come right back into the Tigers' offensive zone. Chased there by West. West gives a big whack with his stick. Now poked away by Anderson. Stays in neutral ice for STMA. They knock one forward. Knocked away by West. And Bjorkstrand unable to corral it in. Comes all the way through, goes wide of Holmes. Comes back over to Blair. Blair tries to shovel one back. STMA is sitting right there for it. Comes into the corner, now marked around. Going to be chased over there by Stensland into the corner. Picked up by STMA. STMA controlling. Oh, they keep it in. What a nice defensive play there by STMA. Then out front had the redirect. Great transition play there by STMA. Nice little hockey play there for the Knights. Now one hits off of a Tiger skate. That one almost redirects in, but saved by Holmes. Now West tries to shovel one free to Bjorkstrand, takes a whack at it. Now West gets one out, moves one forward, trying to get up to Bjorkstrand. They move one forward. It's going to be Anderson kind of chasing after it. STMA now moves it right through, trying to break out. 2 new defensemen on for the Tigers. It's going to be Letter and Lehmeyer. Tigers forwards stay out. It's going to be now moving under 13:40 here to go in period number 2. Lehmeyer, no call. Oh, it was a close one. He put his stick out. STMA player tripped over it. No call. Now it's going to be Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand trying to make a play. That one gets knocked away by the defense from STMA. Bjorkstrand fights for it, comes over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer floats one forward. Now Manthey on for the first time. Kiefer now coming on for the first time in the third period. Oh, hit there by Lehmeyer. And he fell down, but Lehmeyer did dislodge the puck away. Gets by Letter, now comes over. Now right back over to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer waits for it, holds, looks for his passing lane, comes up to Manthey. Manthey can't make the play, comes over to Holmes. Good job there by, Letter had Kiefer basket hanging, and that pass got intercepted. Now goes under Peterson's feet, comes right back through, and Letter's able to knock one free, runs right to STMA, and they hit one off the post. No goal. Now Lehmeyer throws one out to neutral ice. Tigers check back up, chased by Kiefer. Gets by Kiefer, but not by Peterson. Peterson runs that one down, but he gets back to STMA. They make the pass all the way across the ice. Sit, now neutral ice. Moving in under 12:30 to go. Here comes STMA right through. Gets dislodged there. Picked up by Letter. Now Letter's going to try to jump the play. He moves all the way into the offensive zone right behind his man. Tigers all there, all four of them. Now Manthey's got to get back, help Lehmeyer out defensively. Knocked away by Lehmeyer. Picked up by Letter. Letter and Kiefer now try to charge 2-on-2. He knocks one forward. It's going to be Kiefer there first. And Peterson now knocked free. Comes all the way. STMA makes the cross-ice pass. This one's going to come to Stensland. Stensland still has it on his stick. Moves it into the right corner. Trying to find West sitting right behind Stensland. Now they just try to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Peterson's going to come now join the group as well. Three's the company, they say. 11:47 here to go. Now it's going to be Peterson. Peterson tries to jump the play. Stensland still in the offensive zone. Comes right back to Stensland. Stensland walks it through. Gets that one knocked away. Comes over to West. West tries to backhand one in. Comes over to Peterson. Peterson, tried to find a passing lane over to Anderson. Comes up to Blair. Blair keeps it in deep. Peterson's going to remain out there. Comes back out to neutral ice. Chased around now by STMA. They're off sides. Now they get back on sides and let play resume. Gets over. It's going to be Anderson. Anderson knocks one up to West. Right back off to Anderson. Here comes Bjorkstrand. Now, Anderson takes two people out. Comes up to West. West tried to find a handle. Comes over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand moves it over left circle. Comes out behind. Comes right back over to Anderson. Anderson with a shot. That one doesn't make it through to the net. Tigers now down on shots on goal, 15-11. I'm moving under 10:50 to go. Blair knocks it back in deep. Tigers go back to work. West chases this one behind the net. Down 2-0 out of the Tigers. Comes all the way out to Blair. Tries to knock one forward. Blair's able to kick that one forward, but then gets kicked out to neutral ice. Picked up by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer just knocks one in deep, goes behind the net. Here go the brothers. 16 and 13. Waiting, holding. Gets by Anderson. Now STMA trying to break it out. Comes all the way. It's picked up by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer looking for a passing lane. Finds Manthey. Manthey off of his stick. Loses it out. Picked up by Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand tries to work one through the zone. Goes into the left circle. Now behind the net. Tries to float one out. That one missed out. Backhands. And Tigers just can't get puck luck. Comes all the way out to Kiefer. Kiefer's going to backtrack this one into his defensive zone. Now hits it out to Manthey. Manthey works it right back into their offensive zone. Manthey got by one, then got knocked away. Kiefer there. Knocks that one free. Kiefer and Manthey along with Bjorkstrand. They knocked that one high, knocked down by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer then loses it, and STMA's got numbers. 2-on-1. Here they go. Now they try to make a pass. It goes under the legs. They had a great chance, and then Kiefer knocks it free. Comes over to Letter. Letter knocks one up to Manthey. Now up to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand racing it forward. They got 2-on-2. Working it through, waiting. Over to Letter. Boom goes the dynamite. Bjorkstrand over to Letter. Finds the top shelf over the right shoulder of the STMA goalie. Tigers go put one on the board and go down 2-1. What a shot by 24. Put the Tigers down by 1. Tigers are going to keep Peterson, Kiefer, Manthey out on the ice. Now Peterson's going to work it through. A little bit of life here for the Tigers. Let's see what they can do with it. Manthey chases his man around. He's going to have Kiefer out to his backside, but now they're going to track it all the way back. Comes over to Stensland. Stensland keeps it in. Nice puck work there by Stensland. Gets out to neutral ice. He lets that one float over his head, and they just chase it back. It's going to be Stensland and Blair back defensively. Stensland now with the puck on his stick, gets through two, tries to float one up to Manthei over to Kiefer. Kiefer races through, trying to get through the defense and gets that one knocked away. Now they got to get back on sides. They're back on sides, and here goes Kiefer. Re-engages. Just gets by Kiefer, and STMA lets it go deep behind Holmes. Who's going to get there first? Blair chasing around. Centering play. Oh, good job by Peterson. Peterson moving his feet well again here on this game. Now Stensland trying to move it through. Kiefer now moves it around. Kiefer gets it through middle or neutral ice. Now we'll get a change, and here comes Anderson. Blair trying to get his man to go wide, but he was able to make it all the way through. I think Holmes got a stick on it. Tigers living dangerously in front of Holmes. Holmes holding up strong. Now moving in under 8:20 to go here in the third period. Knocked in deep. Tigers down 2-1. Shots on goal favoring STMA 15-12. Picked up by Bjorkstrand. Now he has it. Comes right back through neutral ice, gives it off to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer makes one man miss. Now gives off to Anderson. Anderson trying to work it through the zone. Still trying to work it through the zone. Coming over to Bjorkstrand, right off a man's shin. Just wanted to make sure that equipment worked. Letter lets one fly. Tigers can go back to work. Let's see what we got. Looks like we have somebody off. Looks like offsides Tigers, neutral zone face-off. Bjorkstrand, West, Anderson, Lehmeyer, and Letter. Letter scoring the goal for the Tigers, assisted by Bjorkstrand. Now comes all the way through STMA with it on their stick. Now they go D to D, trying to work it through the zone. Oh, big hit there by Anderson. That might have been the biggest hit of the night. Anderson putting some body on his man there in the corner. Now floated out by Lehmeyer. Comes back out to West. West gets by West. Isn't able to make the pass. Now Bjorkstrand gets it back. Bjorkstrand working it through the zone. Bjorkstrand continue to work it through the zone. Now it's centering pass to Anderson. That one gets by Lehmeyer, or Letter. Can be chased by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer gets all the way back. Picks it up behind Holmes. He's going to swing back through. Lets the man go right by him. Top gun style. Comes over to Anderson. Anderson takes a whack at it. I think maybe the wind got it over to Bjorkstrand. 7:14 now here to go in period 3. It's 2-1 Tigers. Here goes Lehmeyer back. Oh, Lehmeyer rips his man down. No call. Another hit by Anderson. Anderson putting some bodies on some boys here in this third period. Tigers will get a change. West chases there. Bjorkstrand still on. Kiefer now on as well. It's going to be kept by West, and West loses out to neutral ice. Kiefer's got to get back. They throw one in deep. Tigers go back to work. This one gets by STMA. Picked up by Bjorkstrand. Tries to make one man miss. Now slapped away. Kiefer still trying to chase it down. Still trying to chase it down, and now we're going to get a penalty on Kiefer. Kiefer's going to get a slash. Kiefer's going to get a slashing penalty. .635 here to go in period number 3. 21 going to the box for the second time. Tigers 0 for 1 on the penalty kill tonight. This one comes out, and now they're able to clear, something they weren't able to do on their first penalty kill. Tigers clear. Manthei chases. He's going to have Peterson with him. Quickly goes the goalie all the way up. Here goes STMA picking up speed, and offsides. No wonder it looks so fast. They were doing something majorly illegal, and that was they were way ahead of the play. 6:13 now to play here in period 3. 1:39 left on the Kiefer penalty. 2-1. Tigers losing to STMA. Now it's going to be picked up by Peterson. Peterson gets one deep. They're able to clear again. Peterson's going to let STMA take it over. Goes behind the net. Now the Tigers are going to get back defensively. They got Manthei, Peterson, Blair, and Stensland. Now Blair's going to chase over. Comes all the way through and goes into neutral ice. Under 5:50 go. Peterson almost steals the puck away there. Moving in a minute left on the penalty kill. STMA trying to get by Blair. Now Stensland. Stensland knocks it away briefly. STMA still with it. Gets it out to their defensive point. Come all the way D to D. Manthei chases down into the right corner. They try a centering pass. Hit by Blair. They knocked forward. No call on the hand pass. Yeah, there's the whistle. We'll bring this one out to neutral ice. That was a hand pass. Under a minute to go on the penalty kill. 5:31 to play here in period 3. Neutral zone face-off right below our camera well. It's going to be Bjorkstrand, Anderson, Letter, and Lehmeyer. Knocked free there by Bjorkstrand, picked up by STMA. Now moving under 50 seconds left in the penalty kill. Comes over to Letter. Letter just lets one flow free, and that'll clear it one more time. Anderson's going to chase this one down. Oh, nice little ice bath he gave the goalie. That was just for good timing. That's just to say hello right there. Here comes STMA picking up pace, coming up on the right side, trying to look for a shot. That one gets knocked away by Letter. This defensive groupings, the 4 defensemen tonight have played in a really, really good game. They've had active sticks, they've had active feet. STMA just trying to find those centering passes, nothing to be had. Now moving under 5 minutes, here comes Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand moving up right, trying to pick up speed. Long legs, he gets ripped down. There's the call. Tight. Oh, hopefully Bjorkstrand's okay. Looks like he kind of hit the ice, but I think he is okay. I think he's just upset. Had an opportunity, a potential breakaway, got ripped down. Let's see what the call is here. I think we'll get a tripping call. We'll go 4-on-4 for the next 11 seconds, and the Tigers will go on a power play. It's going to be Manthey, Peterson, Lehmeyer, and Letter. 11 seconds, 4-on-4. 2-1 STMA. This one gets knocked behind the net. Picked up by STMA, 9 seconds to go. They knock one deep, that should get icing. Yep, there's icing called. 2 seconds left, 1 second. Oh, nice little clockwork there. We're gonna have 1 second left on the Kiefer penalty. As soon as they drop the puck, he'll come out. Tigers will be on a power play for the next 1:49. Peterson to take the face-off. Here it comes, goes out to STMA. Kiefer now on. Now they're going to try to clear. Picked up by Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer walks it in, tries to take a shot, hit it off the back of Peterson. Now Peterson tries to move one through, gets over to Kiefer. Kiefer knocks one free, and then it gets gloved down by the STMA goalie. 1:36 left in the Tiger power play. Number 22 for STMA in the box. That was a tripping call as Bjorkstrand was trying to make a move towards the net. Peterson to take the face-off. Manthey, Kiefer. Comes out to Peterson, right back out to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to make a pass over to Letter. Now Lehmeyer does. No, he passed it backwards, and Lehmeyer just opened up a breakaway. Here comes STMA. Shot! Save by Holmes! Now knocked away. Right in front again. Another save, another save, another save. Holy cow! Holmes now moves it all the way up, trying to hit up to Kiefer. And we got 1:13 to go here in the power play. Holmes with the play of the game right there. They knock it all the way down, and guess what? No Tigers are down there. No icing call that goes by at Holmes, picked up by STMA, now hit by Letter. Letter knocks one free, see if they can get something started. Moving up 57 seconds, moves it all the way up to Manthey. Manthey moves around his man. Oh, he gets ripped down, no call. Oh, that's just a bad no call there by the home crowd refs. Manthey making a move through the zone. He got ripped down, no call. Now picked up by Stensland. Stensland moves on up to Letter. That one got by Letter. Comes right back behind Holmes. Going to be moved over by Stensland. Now picked up by Kiefer. Kiefer tries to move one. Now over to Manthey. Manthey wrestling for it there. Gets picked into neutral ice. Kiefer tries to knock one free. Now Manthey does knock one free. Gets it over to Stensland. Stensland moves it through neutral ice. Trying to move it all the way in. Kiefer's going to be the first one. 12 seconds remaining in their power play. Knock it all the way over to Bjorkstrand. He tries to get it back over to Letter. That one knocked off his stick. All the way up to Letter. Letter can maybe walk this one in. No, he's going to get up over to West, and West can't corral the pass in. Tigers back to even strength, 5-on-5. Now moving under 2:30 to go. Stensland moves one back over to Anderson. Anderson corrals one in, waits, holds. Anderson now comes back around looking for a passing lane. Blair now on with Stensland. Anderson all the way up to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand corrals it in, goes right through the middle, trying to find a passing lane, and Anderson just wasn't able to shoot. Bjorkstrand might have those shots open, but now they take a shot at Holmes in front. Save Blair! Now comes up over to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand trying to pick up some speed. Goes up to West. West moves one into the corner. West drives it there. Now gets by Bjorkstrand. Over to Blair with a shot. And no rebound. Watching the coaches, they are telling Holmes to keep an eye on them, so they do look like they're going to maybe try to pull the goalie. We'll see what time that comes. It's 2-1 STMA, under 2 minutes to play here in the third period. STMA now with 18 shots on goal, Tigers with 13. Peterson, Manthey, Kiefer, Lehmeyer, and Blair. Held in there, chased by STMA. They're going to knock one around. They're going to try to get a quick play out. Comes out to Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer tries to push a pass through, picked up by STMA. Back comes Peterson and Lehmeyer. Peterson there. Peterson with a good job doing the back check. Comes all the way up. Blair chases one around. Gives off to Kiefer. Comes all the way out to the defensive zone. Knocked way back in again. Moving under 1:30 go. Oh, got by one STMA player as Lehmeyer was chasing him. Comes out to the defensive zone. They take a shot out front. Rebound. Comes over. Two down to Kiefer. Kiefer trying to get some open ice. Waits tries to make a pass over, and it hit off a stick. Passing lane's just not there for the Tigers, and it gets intercepted again. Oh, another save! Holmes! Now Kiefer quickly up to Manthey. Manthey waits for it to come off. Lets the man go by. Tries to make a move. He gets torn down. Now they're going to get Manthey. No way! Oh, they're going to call number 9 for that one. Hooking on number 9. That is illegal all in about one state. Number 9, Luke Manthey, going into the penalty box for hooking. 1:04 here to play in period number 3. Tigers will be down 5-4 for the remainder of the game. Tough call, Manthey. Hand-to-hand combat with the man. And ref saw the hooking call, made the call. Now Peterson tries to find a hole. Comes all the way up over the right circle. Now they center a pass. Now they're saved by Holmes. Holmes now saving 19 of 21 shots. Comes out to the defensive point, under a minute to go. Tigers got to try to get one more thing going offensively. Comes over to Lehmeyer. Now they got to get down. It's going to be Kiefer and Peterson, but they got to get on their horses. They got to get something going offensively. Kiefer's going to chase this one. Comes into the corner. And now it's going to be Peterson chasing the other side, moving under 30 seconds. Takes a shot, and there's the goal. Tigers did pull Holmes. And as soon as they pulled Holmes, goal got scored. Nothing they were going to do. Tigers go down 3-1. 30 seconds remain. Goal now is let's get out of this thing safe. We'll get back to playing Cottage Grove tomorrow in division play. That'll be an actual game. That'll be at 8:45 p.m. Tigers with an excellent showing here tonight. Only 10 skaters. Top-ranked STMA. Long drive up. I can give you all the moral victory components that you want. Hopefully now the Tigers, though, at the end of the day, can bring this kind of energy tomorrow against Cottage Grove. That game will be massive. Cottage Grove currently in 6th place in the gold division. Tigers in 8th place. They are going to need to find 3 points tomorrow night if they want to keep their play-down hopes alive as they continue on in this Junior Gold B season. Moving on, 6 seconds. That's just about going to do it. Tigers going to go fall tonight to STMA 3-1. Good showing for the Tigers. We'll be back live on the air